What does it look like when beauty, sophistication, style, and class meet feisty, strength, wit, and jazz? And they all intersect with kindness, friendliness, hardworking, and sass. Ethel Lee Sullivan, of course.
Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable.
Ethel Lee Clark was born May 25, 1936, to Jeff and Ethel Clark. She was the youngest of 6 children, Joe, David, and Easter Clark, Bo Shepherd, and Polly Winfield. Ethel married Robert G. Sullivan and became who we know today as Ethel Lee Sullivan. Her husband Robert, also known as R.G., passed away. As a dedicated mother, Ethel worked hard to raise and care for her 5 children, Dorothy, James, Belinda, Samilla, also known as Pam, and Tommy. She cherished family and consistently modeled the importance of family sticking together. As the matriarch of the Sullivans, she was blessed to have 18 grandchildren, 9 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild. Ethel's life was shaped and defined by many experiences which helped build a strong resolve within her. She possessed a spirit of excellence in whatever she did. She worked at various businesses including the Doughboy Recreation, the Red Ball Department Store, Dr. Robert Miller's Clinic, Mid-Delta Community Services, Foster Parenting, the Phillips County Sheriff's Department. She was an entrepreneur of her own store and the first African-American woman to head security for ABC Television in San Francisco, California. Ethel valued education and believed it was important to provide a better way of life. She always encouraged her grandchildren to pursue college and consistently told them to get those scholarships. She was a fashion diva before the term was even coined. She had a keen eye for bargain shopping, yet always looked like $1,000,000. Many of her outfits she designed and made herself. Ethel loved to laugh and roast her friends and family. She loved to sing. She loved people. She loved her community. And she loved her home church, Pleasant Joy Missionary Baptist Church in Calico Bottom. She was a firm believer in God, and she demonstrated that in how she treated and cared for people. Ethel was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in her later years. Her family rallied around her to care for her, love her, and remember her even though she could vaguely remember them. She died of pancreatic cancer. Though she's gone, Ethel Lee Sullivan, that classy, sassy, strong and funny, caring Southern beauty with a heart of gold, is truly unforgettable.
I'm one of Ethel's, I would say, closest friend, dearest friend. She was dear to me. I got acquainted with her in '63 through catching a ride to work at Doughboy. We was working at Doughboy. And of course, when I sent to night shift, I didn't have a ride. So Ernestine Lee one day came and said, "Lula, maybe I know we have a ride." And I said, "Who?" She said, "Ethel Lee." Now, Ernestine been knowing Ethel longer than I did. And I said, "You think she'll give me a ride?" She said, "Sure, just ask her." So, of course, we went over and asked her during break. And she wanted to know first, "Where you live?" And I said, "In Helena." And she didn't say, "Let me think about it," or nothing. She just said, "Okay, but you got to be ready." And, of course, I was ready every day. And the one main reason I was ready, because when she would come, RG, which was her husband, was driving. He was a quiet man, never talked or nothing, but Ernestine and I would be in the back. Ethel, Dorothy, James, and Belinda, they were small children. And one day, Ernestine looked down at the bottom in the back and hunched me and point. And I looked down, and there was a hole, there was a hole in the floorboard of the car. And of course, we just started laughing. And from that, we named her, of course, when her husband wouldn't be in the car with us, we named ourselves the Flintstones. And everybody know Ethel was a fast driver. She would drive so fast. Sometimes when we would turn on Doughboy's lot, Ernestine would say, "Lola, may put your feet down so we can stop this car." And we would just laugh about it. But through the years, series, you're talking about a friend. She became my friend.
Ethel and I was best friends from so many years. I was a bridesmaid when she got married, and we just loved each other and went everywhere together, all up and down the highways and streets in town singing. And she always wanted me to sing her song, no matter what it was. Sang my song, Bank in the Sky. And she was just a beautiful person, and I guess we were something like sisters. We loved each other very much. We were the best of friends, so many years. And I always called when she was in California, find out how she was doing. And I miss her so much.
You know, my children often ask, "Why do you work so hard?" I learned that from her because she was a hard worker. She wouldn't give up on whatever she was working on. We pounded her house. We would take the yard. We could cut the yard. We could cut trees. We could move bricks, whatever the work was. She's going to call me and tell me to bring my slewfoot self on over. Or I was going to call her. In the summertime, you would see us going to pick okra on the half, butter beans on the half, anything that we could put up to have. And one valuable lesson she always said, "Lola, always keep you some money. Always put your piece of money back. Never be broke."
My name is Puncho Clark. I'm Ethel Sullivan nephew, and I just want to share some memories of Aunt Ethel. She was like a mother to me and an aunt. Her and my mother was real close. They was more like sisters, and other than sister and sister-in-law. And I guess some of the memories I have of her, I can remember the time when we lost our home, probably like 73, 74. And she took me and my sister in for about a couple of weeks or something. And she was a wonderful person. I mean, we loved her. She loved us.
She was a beautiful person, that's what I can say. She was lovely and friendly and always laughing and grinning and everything. She was just a beautiful person.
She taught me to be loyal. If you have a friend is better than $1, $1 million. She also taught me how to make sure that I kept myself neat at all times. My children neat at all times. You dare not show up with a nappy head. So she was going to tell you about it. But we could go out to dinner. We could go out of town. We always had a good time. If I needed something, I could call her. I never forget her. But I will always remember the things that she said. That was to be true to your word. If you say something, mean it. That was my friend. If you ever have a friend like Ethel Sullivan, and you've been friends for 50 years, and never had words that was crossed enough for you to leave out mad, you got a friend. If you ever have a friend, young man, for 50-some years, that you could call and tell them something that you wouldn't even tell your own mama or sister, and you never hear it. You got a friend. If you ever have a friend that I don't care where you at, and you call them if you need a ride or something, and they come get you, or money, you got a friend. That's a friend. I ain't talking about these so-called friends people have today. I'm talking about somebody get ready to move, she's gonna call. We putting the stuff in the house, got to argue with, it's her house, but I'm getting to arguing with her. But that's where the stuff got to go.
Hi, Mommy. It's Dorothy. I love you. I want to thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made for me, all the love that you showed me. I'm grateful that we had a role model within the home. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. I consider you my queen. There's a million women that walk the face of the earth, and none can hold a light to you. I consider it an honor and a blessing to be your daughter. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Miss Ethel Sullivan, my mama, thank you so much for being an excellent parent and adult role model. You not only challenged us to be excellent, you set the example by the way you lived your life. You walk the talk, my dear. Thank you for molding and structuring my character to be the leader of our family well before I understood what the role meant. You allowed me to flourish as a young man and young adult outside of the protective arms of a mother, but within the boundaries of her love. I wish everyone had an Ethel Sullivan as a parent. I love you very much. I'll miss you until Jesus reunites us again. You are the legacy to remember. Great offsprings will flourish from you.
So I walked into my mom's house one day on my way to a meeting, and I was a little dressed up. And when I got to the door, she jumped up and she started high-fiving me. And she was smiling, and she said to me, "Ooh, now today you look like my daughter." And I thought to myself, well, whose daughter did I look like yesterday? Well, Mom, thanks for the many sacrifices that you made for me. Thank you for the late nights that you let me stand over your shoulder watching you sew. Thanks for showing me what it means to show kindness and to love unconditionally. I love you, Mom. I'll see you on the other side.
I'm Samela, known as Pam, Ethel's youngest daughter. I'm the most talkative one, but I'm having trouble expressing how I feel in such a short time. So today, Mom, I say thank you for everything you taught me and everything you've done to help me become the woman I am today. I love you, and I'm so grateful God chose you to be my mom.
Hi, Mom. This is your youngest son, Tommy Stevens. I love you, Mom. I appreciate all the things you have done for me. You love me unconditionally. And that's what a mother's supposed to do. And I want to say I love you.
on, little twist on that side. Boom. Turn around.
All right, let's sing it.
Let's all sing.
All right, here we go.
Okay, let's go. Come on. Ready? Come on.
Let's go.
There's a
Change in the river, there's a change in the sea. You have to hold to God's unchanging hand. Grandma, you're not singing.
Oh no, she's been paying attention to the nails now.
Grandma, you're not singing. Let's sing it.
Shut your mouth. Now, that's what friends is all about, ain't it?
Yeah, that's it.